Because I just don't know enough about it. I think it's something that I was told is under investigation. But tomahawks are used by others, as you know.
I'm gonna know 5-10 minutes and then I'll start talking. One of these old days, one of these old days. One of these old days, one of these old days. One of these old days, one of these old days. One of these old days, one of these old days. Ooh, that's rough, buddy. That's rough. I'm on so based. I hope they stay okay. So that was 5 hours ago, and 3 hours ago he said the war was over, so. Bro. How in the world do we get tricked by people like that? Come on. Come on. The streaming thing's not really gonna work out if I can't get anybody to stream with me. I'm just gonna have to go back to writing notes and doing little episodes. Because quite frankly, nobody can really, I guess, coordinate for a 9 o'clock stream a day in advance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's difficult, right? Usually people coordinate their weeks in advance, right? So I'm not holding against anybody. It's just, it's complicated, you know? Everything's difficult, so maybe it'll line up in the future. Maybe it won't. I still would love to have anybody just pop their head in here. But I guess not. Big day counting money tomorrow. That cat is definitely orange. In another life, I'd be IRL streaming towards Epcot right now. Well, you know what? Maybe that'll be like a year from now. We'll see. I would really like to do IRL streaming. Sucks for this guy, man. Imagine breathing in all that stuff. Lord have mercy. He's got like plants and everything. But like personally, I would try to move if I knew that Mossad was like right there. TMD, guys. TMD. You out of my mind. Oh yes, everything's gonna be fine. Out of my mind. You know, a big thing is can't really do a lot of singing and then talking at the same time, because singing catches a whole lot of treble and tenor, and my talking is mostly bass. So when I tune, and it's not even properly tuned right now, this audio interface is giving me a lot of problems, and I'm not exactly sure if I'm just like straight up handicapped or if I can find a way around it. I'm sure the latter is always true, but you know, the modern technology. That being said, you know, I tune in for the bass, and then when I sing, it sounds really badly. Although, to be perfectly honest, I'm not the best singer. I hold no illusions that I am a great singer or anything like that. So shoot, that is disappointing. It's actually kind of sad. He's a conehead! Thank you, Felix. Thank you, Felix. I don't even give a shit about tankies, but like, this is annoying. Alright, so, what I think I'm gonna do, I think that enough time has passed. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start talking about stuff, alright? So, since nobody's here, I'm just gonna start talking about stuff, eh? So, today, we went to Dr. Sneedowitz's office, and of course, Dr. Sneedowitz was in a bit of a mood, naturally, because, like, a lot of the Sneedowitz clan is a little upset right now. That's reasonable, that's understandable, that's fine. But, you know, consistently trying to, here's the thing, like, you can go and you can listen to Tucker Carlson's episode from 12 days ago, predicting basically everything that happens in the Iran-Iraq war, Iran-Israel war, Ramadan war, and in that, he actually takes a very long subsection to explain tulpas, aka Hitlerian truths, aka gaslighting. In that, if you have somebody that is consistently trying to tell you something and they're undermining your response to it, then they're usually trying to bewitch you, and they're trying to hypnotize you and mystify you. And that works for some people, but it doesn't work for everybody. And the people that end up doing that a lot are the same people that will target women, children, and the elderly for violence, because that's what they do if they can't hypnotize them. And when it comes to the military-aged males, those are targeted for violence before hypnotism, essentially. Like, join the military, or get neutered, or die, or go to prison. You know? Become a slave, or just die. That's the route that they want for us, but their stuff is collapsing in real time because the internet shines lights on everything, and the more people get connected to the internet, the weaker they are. And it doesn't even need to be like that everybody has to be connected to the internet, just enough that information can flow to nodes and then be distributed out through that node around to the local area and then travel by word of mouth. That's all it really takes. And so people are understanding the last 800 years of history was just a gigantic run of gaslighting and BS. Hypnotism, witchcraft, mystification, and all the same sort of BS that went in the MK Ultra program. So, we are done with that crap, and Dr. Sneedowitz was very lippy with me. I was just like, yeah. But eventually it came to the point where he just consistently kept on talking. Well, regardless, I was just smiling away. And what he ended up doing was he ended up messing up something and saying that, oh, mixing the word bacteria and antibiotic. I actually understand his Freudian slip because it's very specifically the thing that he wants to do to my dad's foot, and has been since we first came into the office. Slice open his foot, slice open his bone, impregnate his bone with experimental antibiotic crap. That's exactly what he's been wanting to do the entire time. And I called that out. It's just like, dude, you said this 2 months ago. We've had significant improvement. And then he lied. Well, we think he lied about another doctor's opinion. And when I said, well, that's not what he told us, he got super upset. And then I said, well, you also didn't prescribe antibiotics. And he said, well, that's because you got me so upset last time. Well, I simply said you were unprofessional. Well, I could terminate you right now, just as I said back then. I'm just like, that's fine. And so he did. And so, afterwards, he's just like, I'm calling oh, wait, hold on. There's a little important part. So when he's discharging things, I say, did you know Ben Gavir is severely injured? Yeah, severely. And the veins on his neck started to pop up. Dr. Sneedowitz got so angry. He's not a little guy. He's 6 foot. He's 205 pounds. He's got a lot of muscle on him, too. He got all up in my face. I was just like, you gonna hit me? He's like, I'm not gonna touch you. And they called me a retard and shit like that. But ultimately, it wasn't phasing me, so what he ended up saying is, call the cops on him. We're gonna get him arrested. And I was just like, that's bullshit. Let's get out of here before you waste a good cop's time when they're trying to protect people. And then on the way out, I let every single person that I know, that I saw, exactly what I know about Dr. Sneedowitz, that he's a fraud, he's a liar, he's a cheat, and I have a right to say that, and it's also true, and it can be proven in a court of law, so I dare his ass to civil sue me. I dare it. He's going to be out of the business very, very soon. I believe me. Anybody who's doing Frankenstein experimental cutting on people, That's gonna go away. They're gonna have to either be exiled or something worse is going to happen to them. We're not dealing with that crap anymore. We're not dealing with this evil, evil crap anymore. No. Too many people are aware of it. So bye-bye, Dr. Sneedowitz. I will now be taking care of things on my own. I did a debridement. I used a black light, something he has no idea. He did a terrible job. That's one of the worst doctors I've ever known. So smug. Smug doctors are always the worst. Watch out for smug doctors. Any doctor that thinks that they know everything, or that they, the mouth of God. That's one of the things that I told him the other day. Is just like, you're not God. The other month is like, you're not God. You don't determine how this goes. And that won't be happening. There will not be surgery. And he can get as mad as he wants. But he's also unprofessional. And when I let him know, he got super mad because he is unprofessional. And he did lie about saying he's going to prescribe antibiotics and never doing it. And then when called out on that, oh, it's my fault because he was angry. Well, why are you angry, buddy? Normally people don't get angry. Especially in a professional setting. Why are you angry, buddy? Because you're unprofessional, that's why. Because you're a bull-headed moron, that's why. So he did call the cops, and I had a nice little conversation with that cop. Got to meet him. Got to show him my scars after I saw some of his scars. Cool shit. I told him, hey, man, I might want to be a cop one day. But we have to make sure that people like Sheriff Ivy never end up occupying the position of a Brevard County Sheriff ever, ever, ever again. No gangsters, no sellouts, none of that stuff. And then I'll gladly sign up to be on the front lines of protecting people. Easy peasy. And of course, I'll never abuse people. Ever. But that's the thing is, like, if you're in a Sheriff Ivy BSO, your direction is to abuse people or get fired. And that's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate for anybody in the IDF. It's very unfortunate for anybody who has signed on to this Palantir, censorship crap. Wow. A lot of remigration stuff going on in Europe. I actually approve of this entirely. Now, we, actually as Americans, don't have actually as bad immigration problem as a lot of people in Europe. Because a lot of people in Europe, they are the victims of the Sykes-Picot Agreement, where the Ottoman Empire collapsed, and then we just set up a whole bunch of BS in its place, and that's the reason why all this stuff is happening today. Man, I wish my bros were here. Oh well. I am going to continue to stream, and unfortunately on Twitter it is going to be a terrible recording, terrible playback, but this is for YouTube, so. And if I check back in, see a bro is here, I'll let him in. Freshly baked socks. Love this guy. Unfortunately, he's kind of neutral, and unfortunately, I think he might have gotten kicked out recently, but I hope not. Yeah, Freshly Baked Socks is my good friend, but at the end of the day, like, he is, he's not super involved in any threads. He's involved in some threads. He's not, like, a champion that people revolve around, like, I don't think this is Delicious Diversity, by the way. This is, somebody else. Ensenada, I think. So Ensenada has to go down to, like, because he's fine, but that's not Delicious Diversity. I thought that was Delicious Diversity. And yeah, Freshly Baked Socks, he goes in a low. I'm just gonna go back and forth. Check this. Honky Destroyer. Autistic. Love you, man, but you know you belong there. Armpit Cream. Autistic. Dude Snakes. Dude Weed. Dude Rabbits. I actually love Dude Weed, even though Ron doesn't like me very much. I love you, Ron. I hope you find it in your heart to forgive me for whatever you think that I did, because it's very likely that I didn't actually do it, bro. I love you, man. This guy and I were, like, very early COVID vaccine denialists, and, like, a girl that I was crushing on at the time and actually was dating for, like, a month and talking to a bunch, she actually, like, insulted this guy a whole bunch because he was, and I, like, stuck up for him and stuff. And that was, like, officially when we stopped talking and stuff. But regardless, like, that was already after, like, stuff had broken apart. But me and Ron, we were really early calling out, like, hey, maybe don't take the experimental Operation Lightspeed, vaccine, because maybe that's not the best idea. He's from Canada. He's a nice guy. Loves his family. Loves his dog. God bless Ron. I would almost put him in Infomatic if he did basically anything of contribution, but I love Ron, so he gets love. This guy gets Infomatic. I forgot exactly what this guy is called, but he's in all the politics threads. He's a little biased, but he's actually pretty honest. So if Catch the Rainbow gets something above, trash, then this guy gets Infomatic. For sure. Sorry, I'm not being biased on that. I'm just giving you the facts. Mughal X. Very, every time I see this guy, I like him. So he's going to go into love. And, I haven't studied him enough. If I had, he might have actually gotten a higher rank. So don't take it personally, Mughal. I forgot who this guy is. I think this guy was bad. I think this guy sucked. If I remember correctly, this guy's awful. I just forgot who he was. Francis York. One of the many nice pop dogs. Yeah, let's put him in like. Wait a minute. Is this an X mod? Yeah, for being an X mod, he has to get a higher rank. Shoot. I slightly know this guy, but I can't quite remember. Was this, Okay, let's just focus on stuff that we know. Fariel, one of the best female posters. So she's probably going to end up making it an Infomatic because she's very, very, very involved and has been for a long time. In fact, you know what? Sorry about that. She's going to get winner. Fariel gets winner, for sure. I've seen her do a few contentious stuff, so that's why she's not getting Semperfi, but Fariel definitely deserves winner. Okay. Haramburger! Okay, Haramburger gets Semperfi. Haramburger tried to save me and tried to save Null from himself by telling him the truth, and Null rewarded him by taking away his moderatorship. But he sacrificed his moderatorship to tell the truth, so, he gets Semperfi. For sure. For sure. Love you, Haramburger. Latinas of the future. This guy is silly. Silly. You know what? I'm sorry, Latinas of the future. I love you, man, but you gotta go into lunacy with Justified. Framer Girl! Okay, Framer Girl, for sure. Naturally, I'm pretty sure Cat Party is right there, too. Is he? Where's Cat Party? Is Cat Party only in love? No, Cat Party deserves a higher rank. At least Infomatic. I think he actually deserves winner because he actually quit at the best time, so that's a winner. But Framer Girl being one of the only remaining pillars of love, light, and trueness, and one of the only connections, the golden threads of God left in that just blasted abyss that is Kiwi Farms these days. That certainly is Framer Girl. She is wonderful. We love Framer Girl. I cannot remember who this guy is off the top of my head, but I do remember he's very, very useful in all of the threads, so he's going to go into Infomatic. Lord of the Large Pants. Is this guy? Is this Lord of the Large Pants? Yeah, I was going to get a like. Lord of the Large Pants has never been bad.
Nothing left but all.
Just don't know a lot about it. Okay, no. Alright, no. You know what? Originally, I had this whole thing written out. I had so many notes written out for this stupid project, and they're all sitting around in piles. But, for real, though, Noel, he's been showing a lot of growth recently, so I'm glad I'm doing this now. But at the same time, he has to go into autistic. He has to. Because, every single time he ever gets any headwind, he shoots himself in the foot. Every freaking time. He doesn't listen to people. Every freaking time, man. Hopefully he learns, for real, seriously. Goodness gracious. Is this Iota? Yeah, this is Iota. I love Iota. Right there with Move Alex. That's perfect, actually. Okay, Turkey Tom. Not very active on the farms, and I don't see why he would be, given, its current bearing. But, dude, Infomatic for sure. I'm sorry if you think that it's, lazy or inconsequential to compile things, but like archive everything isn't just a slogan, it is a mission statement. And from archiving to a presentation, that is the entire zeitgeist of the sector from the very birth and beginning of it all. Like, probably even before Christian, there was some stuff going on, you know? Bruno Mattei, rest in peace, my man. There's some flaws you can point to Bruno Mattei, but you know what? You gotta stay up there. You just gotta. Meiwaku. Pretty sure she's a lesbian, but, you know. Deviant, no. Probably Infomatic, because they're like constantly contributing. Constantly. High-level contributions, very good stuff. Lucas. Don't know much about Lucas, truly don't know much about Lucas, so probably gonna have to stick them in like, because, you know, if I knew anything negative about them at all, you know, anything negative, they would start going down this route. Like, Armpit Cream is Crash Out City. And these guys, from what I remember, like, deliberately filled the forum with lies and made it significantly worse. Elaine has, like, caveats, right? She's got caveats. So, that being said, yeah. Ooh, Orange Rhymer. Orange Rhymer changed their avatar back to the Dancing Mouse after I said I missed the Dancing Mouse. I love Orange Rhymer. Orange Rhymer is always nice to me, and they were always good to the forum too. So they go in love for sure. There's a lot of love there. Love is filled with like lovely people. You know, Sean, Cowchan, Kerbo, Skellington, Haha Yes, Kidatari, Pickleman, Freshly Baked Socks, Dude Weed, Mobile X, Iota, and Orange Rhymer. Just nothing but lovely people. By the way, I'm not looking at any notes. This is all from memory. Oxygen, Wormpole, Patrick Bateman. Is this Alfred? No, it's not. No. She was never on the site. Okay, so Emily Eustace, that is. Party had Wormpole. Lunacy, sorry, bro. Love you, but you can post cringe sometimes. You really can. This kid will get older and start climbing up the rank. I feel it. But right now he has to go in Lunacy, and basically his flaw is that he's too young. Probably he's like 19 or 20. That's like Maori kiwi fruit growers is like their flaw is that they're very young and then they're Zionists, so they're not really aware of the long-term ramifications of what they're talking about because they're young. And so unlike iGuy, who is just rank nasty propagandist, they have to get a little bit of a higher rank. But when you get somebody who's somewhat objective, who cares about their child and so wants to build a world that is, you know, not completely depraved, because who would want to usher a child in a world like that, you could catch the rainbow. They got a new avatar right now. It's a little scrunchy little kitten. It's fine. All good. Patrick Bateman, I watched this guy absolutely obliterate people before. He is great. This guy gets a winner for sure because he is a winner. That's just what he is. Oxygen, one of the better female posters for sure. Probably gonna go next to Meiwaku, probably. Yeah, that checks out. I wish I remembered some of these people's names because I remember like who they are and what they do, and for the most part I have that down, like the feeling that they give me, right? But the name itself sometimes escapes me. It helps that there's a picture associated, like Meat Target and Make It So, Made in Wales, Great Lord Sword. You know, it helps that the Desert Rose, I think. No, Desert Rose is the description. This is okay. This person's weird. I'm gonna have to put them in dislike. This guy, first off, any guy that has an avatar like that is sus. And yes, their posting is pretty sus too. So, made in Wales. Lots of flaws, but you know what? That's a brother, so he's gonna go in like. I can't remember this guy's name, but everybody knows this guy's name. I think it's just Neil. I think that's it. Yeah, Neil goes into the winner category. There's a lot of stuff that revolves around Neil. Is this... No, is it? Is this the moderator? I don't know. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is autistic, right? Simplify autistic, right? Well, hold on. You know what? I'm pretty sure... Wait. No, that's Fire Sympathizer. Okay, Autistic Right is actually an OG. He's actually... Okay, so... one of the groups that does swatting targeted Marjorie Taylor Greene's house, and they said, Autistic Right from Kiwi Farms was here. And he got slammed. And he's like, I'm gonna probably quit the forum. And I was like, I'm not gonna let you do that. Yeah. Semper Fi, bro. Semper Fi. Keep on keeping on, man. Keep on keeping on. Side. 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 Abowaffen. Deviant. Ooh. Forgot this guy's name. I think it has numbers and letters. That's never good for me. Numbers are never good. Oh, gosh. This one's hard. This one's hard because I know he's informatic, but I also know he's a little cringe. But I love him, so I'm probably going to put him in love. Yeah, that's good. This guy, Lunacy. Yeah, for sure. Not terrible, but definitely bad. I don't even want to put him in the same category as Party Admiral, to be perfectly honest, but I actually kind of want to move Marvin down. Yeah, this is appropriate. This is actually appropriate. Marvin has to go into autistic because he's just, like, severely autistic. Anomnius. Okay, now, Anomnius can post cringe so many times, and his wife left him for a reason, but at the end of the day, he's like the center support beam for the entire forum, and that's him, so he gets winner. You know, the revolvers, but he's not perfect by a long shot. By a long shot. I know, personally, why his wife left him, but regardless, let's... Blonrad Blurs. My mortal enemy. Because you're a Night Lords fan, I'm gonna put you in Lunacy. Screw you. Cyber Toaster! Let's check Twitter. Nope, nobody here. I'm so Ronery, show Ronery. I think next to Made in Wales is pretty appropriate, although I'm kind of feel they might be on love, but let's just go ahead and leave them at like. Aquinas, my patron saint. Also, never basically a bad post from Aquinas. Very useful. Sneeds. Love Sneeds. Sneeds is fun. Sneeds has a lot of love in his heart. Okay. I think this is something slave. Trash. Dang it. You know what? They can do something sometimes, so I'm gonna put them in deviant. I also think that they actually are like severely disabled, so maybe not trash. Juthulu. Orthodox. Hopefully, realistically, actually orthodox. But sometimes I really don't know. You know what? It's like it's in between love and lunacy, so I'm going to go put Juthulu in life. Zionist, unfortunately. Slightly. Not intensely, but that's never good. Foxo! Definitely a lovely lad. Foxo. Alright. Ooh, Nick Gars. This was one of the first people I started to follow on the forum. But they're not, and I know because of that they're not super informative, so I'm just going to put them in love because I like all their posting. Bread bun, bread basket, what was that? I'm not sure. Very useful on the website, I think, so pretty sure they go in from, that's the place they go, yeah. No cult of personality or anything, but quite important. Ogre Magi. I like Ogre Magi a lot. Ogre Magi is very useful, so they're going to go into Informatic 2, I think. You know, Ogre Magi is very informative. Don't get me wrong. But I think they might have been a little bit newer to the website than a lot of these guys. Myself included. Like, I've been around for a while. And you know, if Turkey Tom was less talented, he'd definitely have a lower rank, for sure. Keopathic! Though I know very little about this person, but they are an OG. So, I'm going to put him in winner. to be perfectly honest. I really don't know a lot about him. Steel-plated heart. Okay, so unfortunately, I always loved steel-plated heart, but unfortunately, this is the mark of Cain. They are the VTuber moderators, so they watch VTubers. So I've always loved steel-plated heart, but they can't get any of the top ratings because they're VTuber adjacent. No, can't have that. Tex Offender! Let's take Tex Offender and Me Target up to the top here and do them both at once. Tex Offender's been a good buddy. Never really close friends, but always been love, you know, between us. Meet Target. Alright, buddy. I'm sorry. I love you. But recently, like, I used to love your post. You would have actually gone into Infomatic, but recently, in the last 2 or 3 years, you and Mindless Observer both have disappointed me. You really have. Where's Mindless Observer in his water buffalo? Judas! Well, hold on. Let's try to find Mindless Observer first before I forget. There it is. Sorry, man. I've always loved your post, but recently you've disappointed me a lot. In fact, Mindless Observer very specifically, he's going to have to go down there with Marvin and Maori Kiwi Fruit Growers, unfortunately, and Null. Because that's where he belongs. Angry Moths? Kind of neutral. Just pretty much neutral, you know? I love it. She is a wonderful person. And when I was at my lowest and most pained in the website, Glass Houses was very, very nice to me, and I love Glass Houses. So they get winner. Otterly. I think Otterly is the best. Otterly and Strawberry Douche are like tying for the best female poster. So they're definitely somewhere around here. The question is where. Otterly is so cool and chill. Probably a very successful person in real life too. So I'm probably gonna put her in 75.
Is this Keys? Keys passed away. You know what? We're gonna just call this Keys because I can't remember who exactly this is. But if this is not Keys, this is someone memorializing Keys, so we're gonna put Keys all the way up here. With the legends.
Ponyo? Ponyo definitely gets love. Ponyo is just like pure love. Oop. As you can tell from their avatar. Glowy, I think? It feels. I might be wrong on this, so please forgive me, Glowy, if I'm wrong on this, but it feels like you belong in Lunacy. Ah, I love this guy. I think this guy is called Nail from the DBZ Abridged series. Nail! I saw a bird. It was pretty. Kick ass. This guy kicked Null's ass once. Null didn't realize what was going on. Alright, Vigilant. I think this is what that is. Plain guy. He's very informative. Yeah. Yeah. Consider lizards. Ah, buddy. I do consider lizards. Bagliacci, I think? They definitely belong in informative because they're always doing stuff. They're always involved. Bagliacci, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Well, I'm getting to the point where a lot of these I can't recognize off the top of my head. Is that Suburban Bat? Yeah, that's SB. Okay. Alright, so you, Deviant, get the hell out of the watching people die thread, dude. Like, seriously, you're a violent and pitiable young man, and you have so much potential. Like, you're very smart, So genuinely, like, change your behavior, please. From an older man to a younger man, please change your behavior, and you will be very, very successful. Okay, buddy? All right, I don't mean to belittle you or patronize you, man. All right? All right. Judge Holden, one of the best. One of the best. Like, this guy will open up a portal and summon forth things that you have never prepared yourself for. Be careful around this guy. This guy is literally like a Cater Euclid, whatever that. This guy's like a top-ranking SCP, like in real life. Like Judge Holden is the most esoteric thinker on all of Kiwi Farms by far. Is this Carthage or something? This is something about Carthage. Not excellent, but not terrible. So they're just gonna go and like. That works. Is this Fire Nation Sympathizer? I'm trying to find Fire Nation Sympathizer because I need to inform people that they suck. Yeah, let's just call this... I don't think this is Fire Nation Sympathizer, but we're gonna call this Fire Nation Sympathizer, okay? And if we can adjust this, I can figure it out. That's what we're gonna do. I'm pretty sure it isn't, but we're gonna call it this Fire Nation Sympathizer, the moderator on Kiwi Farms. Deviant, get away from... Well, it might be too late for that one. I don't know what to say. Make It So. Love Make It So. Absolutely adore Make It So. And they certainly get a winner. Unfortunately, I think they're a little boomer locked, you know? So they can't really go as hard as somebody in Semper Fi, right? Somebody like Dine, somebody like Judge Holden. Make It So is a little boomer locked. So they get winner, one of the top of the winners, you know, but that's just how it is, man. Seafarer. There is a possibility that Seafarer is a null sock, but I personally don't believe it. I personally believe that Little Drip was a null sock and that Seafarer was not. And I've always got along with Seafarer. So I'm going to put Seafarer in love. Like, genuinely, I've always gotten along with him very well. This guy is probably one of the truest autists on the site. I forgot his name. Is this Puppet Dog? I can't remember. Strawberry Douche! Okay, yeah. As I said, tying for Otterly for the best female poster. Super useful. Like, really one of the backbones. Really one of the structural points of the website. I'm pretty sure they did win... I'm pretty sure on separate years, both Otterly and Strawberry Douche won best femme poster. Alright, Scout Trooper and I have had our words, but you know what? I think he is, in general, a good-spirited young man who wants the best for people. The problem is he's English. Bachigaloop. 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 I don't really know, actually. I'm not sure. Like, it feels like it's somewhere in this zone. You know, not down here or anything. So, since it feels somewhere in between Infomatic and Like, I'm going to go ahead and put Bachigaloop in love, even though I don't personally love them and I don't really know them very much. Yttrium! And Trunos. Let's bring Trunos up here. Assy McGee. That's a like for me. Yttrium, I think, gets Infomatic. And Trunos gets Lunacy. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect, I think. Spunt. Spunt gets Semper Fi for sure. Best British poster. And, yeah, we may have had words once. So what? Who cares? We'll have a pint afterwards. Let's see. I know this guy. I know this guy. I know this guy. Okay. Shiver Me Timbers, Trombonista. Toretto Boat. Who's first? Shiver Me Timbers. He did all of the nullies. He can get a little weird sometimes. But this guy at least... No. Winner, for sure. This guy is like Devious Dave tier Internet Pro. Everybody loves him. I think that's Sagrada. Pretty sure they're an OG. pretty sure they belong in either Infomatic or Love. But I'm probably gonna put them in Infomatic. And Trombonista, where'd you go? There you are. I love Trombonista. Trombonista's is gonna go in winter. Not Semper Fi, you know why. Okay, there you are. Okay, this is actually Fire Nation Sympathizer. This is Useful Mistake, I think. Okay, so Fire Nation Sympathizer. Deviant. Useful Mistake. Love. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, Useful Mistake. My apology. Is that Yanhus? Let's go Great Longsword. I remember this guy popped in and popped out real quick, so I have to go into the neutral. Nothing bad, nothing spectacular. Ah, yeah, this guy. Kind of nothing but trash from this guy. But it wasn't really bad. Probably, actually. No, yeah, it didn't deserve Deviant, for sure. Everybody here has serious problems. People here are, like, subhuman. This is a OG chat friend. So even though I can't quite remember their name, Sharknado or something like that. Like Sharknato, N-A-T-O. I'm pretty sure this particular symbol is this person's name. Like just this symbol, this green and white symbol. With a weird question mark, colon, and the dash. So points for creativity, but really don't know a lot about them. Mr. Joker Ranger. Truth Teller Extraordinaire. Fighting for what's rightin'. And then rightin' the world. Alright. Not Super Sword Fighter? Is that who this is?
Not Super Sword Fighter.
I think that's right. Astro? Yeah, Astro Galactic Megalol. Astro Galactic Megalol. The Draft Dodger. Love you, bro. Yeah, you get love. Law. Law is neutral. I don't know much about law. Not William Stenchover, I think? Great person. Yeah, I think they go in love. No, not William Stenchover certainly goes in Infomatic. They're very useful for the website. Tanuki Mixed Nuts. Tanuki Mixed Nuts. Love, love, love. Yes. For sure. Absolutely. We're running out of people. Oh, what's this? Android Raptor. Come here, Android Raptor. Come here. You and OO need to come up here, and we need to delineate something. We need to delineate a trash deviant female from a good deviant female. A trash deviant female from a good deviant female. A winner who has persevered, quite frankly. And might deserve Semper Fi if they didn't have so many flaws. Okay. Judas! My Brovine. My co-host, who is hasn't really quite synced up to me yet. Because I've spent so long readjusting my microphone and getting stuff together. But yeah, that's my Brovine right there. He's not going to get anything but Semper Fi. What are you, crazy? Wraith. Make Wraith great again. Wraith. We love Wraith. Of course, Wraith is a little boomer locked, but we love Wraith. Yeah, Wraith and Make It So totally deserve winner. This is where Make It So is, right? Yes. Okay, not Super Sword Fighter. Cheerleader of Slap Fights. And that's a true title, dang it. Still love them, though. This is supposed to be a walking cat. And they're a great poster. It's the walking cat with the cigarette. You know what I'm talking about. Sandwich. Sandwich is okay. Sandwich should stay above lunacy, I think. I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure this guy gets Lucy. If I'm not mistaken, I might be putting down somebody who's a good poster, but I'm pretty sure this particular guy is like military, like bad military, like Gruntsburg. Nobody likes Gruntsburg. This guy absolutely obliterated Null, so he at least gets winner. And you know what? He did it in such a skillful way. I think he deserves 75. Forgot his name though. Something to do with America. Waffle, OG 2013. Just don't know a lot about him, you know. So I think Waffles never filled me, but I love Waffles, so we're just gonna put him in love. Little Drip, very likely an old sock. So just like what the hell, man? It was gross. And I could always tell that this was not a regular female psychology. This is, though, but this is a woman that belongs in, like, I hate to say this, but this is a woman that belongs in, like, one of those homes for special people. Like, I would never bake her actor on her own, but, like, it's very likely that, given the right circumstance, everybody would kick her out. Okay, Wodenaz. Great poster. I have no idea why Wodenaz is their name, because that's Odin. That's Odin's name. But yeah, they certainly belong in Infomatic. Certainly. Toroidal Boat. And the dude. So Toroidal Boat is also an OG. I think Toroidal Boat deserves love, for sure. Pretty sure, yeah. And the dude. Yeah. Wait, yeah, no, he gets dislike instead of autistic. Because he has effort posts Cole. He effort posts Cole, the dude. And he's been around forever. But I've never seen him impress me, not once. This lady's weird. But you know what? We're gonna put her in love, okay? Milo, I think? Whatever, it doesn't really matter. I certainly remember her. Penguin Uberalis. Once again, effort posting, absolute Cole. Effort posting, absolute Cole. Straight out of Chromosomes, I think. Yeah. I think they go there for sure. Love is where they live. So let's see. J.K. Rowling. It's a little bit above effort posting Cole, but it's basically kind of the same thing with J.K. Rowling. Yeah. Now this person, I remember this person like World Circus or something like that. I think they deserve to be love. I'm not sure if they're actually really informatic at the posts that they're in, because they're not in the sort of the parts of the website that I'm in. We intersect in chat sometimes, and it's never anything but good. So you know what? I believe if Wodenaz is going to get there, I think they belong there too. Red Dead or something? Let's just call him Red Dead. And put him in like pretty neutral. Yeah, I'm running out of people that I remember off the top of my head. This guy never posts, but they've been around forever. So they're gonna have to go into the neutral category. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't really care how long around you've been. If you don't ever post, I don't know who you are. Yeah. Oh, Frog poster. Frog God. Frog God is certainly a winner. Yep, they're certainly one of those people that people circulate around. They definitely belong to be up there in Wraith, and you know, like not putting Wraith down, but they're a little higher than Wraith in the winner tier because they run their entire own thread. Even though Wraith basically is like a co-owner of random picks and has been there from the very beginning. Very instrumental in building it up. I'm pretty sure this is one of the old avatars, hand drawn, of my friend Rich Red Pasta, who is an incredibly talented artist. And honestly, I need to find a way of commissioning some art from this guy. I really do. If they were more active in basically any of the communities that I see, I'd give them Semper Fi. But they're not even really active on Kiwi Farm, so I'm going to have to put them in winner. I remember this person was effort posting some gems and then some normie stuff, so I think they're going in informatic. Or, ooh, I can't quite remember. You know what? I think informatic is good. I think I learned a lot from them, whether it was good stuff or bad stuff. You know what? I'm getting this weird feeling in my stomach that I should actually take this guy completely off the list. Because this might have been somebody that was like major cold posting. So I don't give him a bad rank or wrong rank. Reptilioid bat. Spaniard. Bad, trash. Probably like straight up trash. But you know what? Trash, but doesn't make the website like a significantly worse place. So deviant for sure. Yeah, that works. Reynald Chandler. You know, it's Christian Weston Chandler's name backwards, which was his arch nemesis, and in the comic and in the parody comics, he's this like super gay version of Chris. This person is an excellent artist. They basically have their own thread where they upload every single day. And if they weren't gay themselves, they go in the Semper Fi, so they're going to have to get soft-locked in winter. It is what it is. Banditotron. Banditotron's been around for a while, but can't really say much about him. 404. Ooh, Gagamagog first. Gagamagog first, and then I think that is Iota. Gagamagog is certainly up there in winter. They're like a lovely, wonderful person. They're a little bit too free-spirited and lighthearted to actually go into Semper Fi. Like, you know, some of these people are really, really, really locked in, you know? Sexual Chocolate, I believe this guy's name is. Pretty much a gem poster, you know what I'm saying? So, don't know a lot about what they posted, so I'm not sure if Infomatic works. Like, I know the Yutrium is posting a lot of smart stuff. They're very technical. And I know Slob Power is posting very smart stuff. But with Sexual Chocolate, it's more of like nice posts, right? Instead of super smart posts. So that's the delineation between love and Infomatic. And then Winner is usually a combination of both, or just an incredible amount of aura, or, you know, good spirits. Puck. Good friend. Good friend Puck. Certainly in love. Most certainly in love. XQZY105839. Terrible name. Great poster. So, you're gonna go and like. We're gonna pretend this is Jan Hus. I love talking to Jan Hus in... I'm pretty sure this is a picture of Jan Hus I got because I couldn't find his avatar. I love talking to Jan Hus. Very Infomatic. Sometimes would say some things wrong, but they're from academia. And then they got busy playing Warhammer 3 and then, like, never talked. Never saw him again! Stupid Frog. Drama Individual. Not a bad individual. Not a bad individual, but drama individual. I believe. Rye Wrangler. Fart! Sorry, buddy. Like, you go into Deviant. Clown Puppet? Puppet Dog? I forgot what this person's name is. That might be their descriptor. It's hard to tell, so I'm going to have to throw them. You know what? Actually, no, I'm throwing them in love. Because I feel that I've seen enough of their posts to know them. And they're pretty good. Oh, no. Shumamai? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Informatic. For sure. Ooh, SSJ something or another. Parentheses Yift. Oh. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. the Windows has to send a huge packet of spied data to something, somewhere. Oh, wow. Yeah, it just broke it. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, well. You know, guys, this is perfect for today. Thank you for tuning in.